that how do we do this and that, how to solve the math problem, by just write all of those down on the piece of notebook, a small note or a normal note, so we could remember all of that. Basically, like, it's almost more than 12 of them, 20 of them, really. That's a lot. Yeah, we have to remember that. And then we have to also write a story describing the rain.
The rain?
Yes, yeah.
And why do you need to describe the rain?
Well, my teacher doesn't teach us about how to describe this or that, but she did tell us to do it as our homework. To say it all for the class, and I hated it.
And have you completed it?
I completed long ago, so yeah, that's fine. And then we had to remember, we had to do our science and remembering science note.
Okay. So basically all your homework is done.
Yes, and I've done it. Well, pretty much early. I done all of them in class though.
Oh, you finished it in class. Well, that's good. And what about the other kids?
Well, some of them did done their homework in class, but not all of them.
And was it hard for you or was it easy?
Okay, so right when I started describing the rain, it's kind of hard, but I need my parents' help. But that was weeks ago because I already done that. So I don't have to because I need my parents' help. And math, it was fine. Not a big deal, and it was quite easy solving that. But I don't know if I read or not. I'm not going to judge the book by its cover anyway. And doing science, the science it's quite easy.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. And tell me, Jenny, anything exciting that's happening this week?
No.
Are you playing sport this week?
No. It's the weekend.
No. And what sport are you doing this year at school?
Mostly, a lot of them is badminton or baseball. Yeah. But sometimes at the almost end of the week, no, it's like almost at the weekend, like tomorrow is the weekend, we gotta go swimming class.
Oh, it's a swimming class. Okay. And do you like to swim?
Yes, I did all of them right. It's just that I cannot swim straight enough. I always, cross the board. Yeah.
Yes. And tell me, can you dive?
Well, okay. No. Maybe I can dive, but a little bit because I just float. But also it's kind of much like maybe, but also drowning myself at the same time.
And do you swim underwater?
No. Well, pretty much like we basically swim. The swim of the poses kind of name like the name is the frog swim.
Yes, the frog swim.
It's common, but still, I'm kind of good, but not really.
Okay, so you can do the frog swim.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you always swim on a Monday?
No, we always swim. What? What? No, it's not on the Monday. We always swim. It's pretty much like what's before South. Okay, it's kind of like those that are before Saturday.
Fridays?
Yeah.
Okay, so every Friday you guys normally go and swim?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's exciting. And tell me, does all your other friends swim as well?
All of them did go to swimming class, but it's just that some of them are still still want to be in class and not go swimming. Sometimes it could be their health condition, the main reason why, or they have the doctor paper saying they are not allowed to swim. That's that. And there's those who have a bad condition. It's like, okay, the stomach easily gets crushed just swimming, and they easily get runny nose or easily get cough when swimming.
Yeah, and they can easily get sick. Okay, well, Jenny, thank you for telling me that. Now, today we're going to do reading newspapers and watching the news. So, when last have you watched the news on TV?
Sorry? Well, never.
Never? And does your mom or dad ever watch the news?
Well, not my mom. My mom did, rarely. But she always had the sense of humor that I never understand. It's like, it's pretty much like tomorrow. I guess tomorrow is gonna be burning hot. And mom says, okay, so go pack on your umbrella. Tomorrow's gonna rain. And I said, why, mom? You don't even watch the news. And she says, no, sweetie, you don't understand. I have this sense that I can feel that tomorrow's gonna rain.
Ah, so gut feeling is telling her it's going to rain. Wow. And is your mom normally right?
Yes, I know.
She is? Wow. I like that. Okay, so adults usually read or watch the news to find out what is going on in the world. Children usually ignore the news. Is this okay for kids to ignore the news? Or should they study the news at school? What do you think?
Well, it depends on children, I guess. But still, if they don't watch the news, then fine, the parents will watch. And if they did watch the news, they will know better, I guess.
Okay, so we're going to watch a little video clip of why is it beneficial for kids to watch the news. Okay, so let me just quickly grab that one. Here we go.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and anything related to your...
We're here, and this is What's Good, where we bring you good stories about great people doing extraordinary things. That's the deal. This is the show, and here we go. On this episode, we have a teacher that saved a life, a girl that knows finders is not always keepers, and a boy that just saw stars for the first time. First, a Michigan elementary school teacher, Julia Kay, is being hailed a hero for her quick response. She was teaching her virtual learning class when she received a call from a grandparent who was having technical difficulties. She says it was clear there was something very wrong. Her words were so jumbled, she didn't sound like herself. Knowing the symptoms of a stroke, this amazing teacher acted fast. As 911 was being called, she kept the distressed grandma on the phone, and it saved her life. The school's principal says it's great to see our teachers making a significant positive difference in the lives of our students and their families. Well said, Mr. Principal. Well said. An 11-year-old girl, vacationing in Europe with her family, was hanging on the beach when she found a wedding ring. She said, I was digging in the sand, looking for seashells when I discovered the ring. I thought it must be interesting to do something so special. Enter 54-year-old Matt Easley. He lost the ring several weeks before on a nearby island. As luck and a little persistence would have had it, the ring found its owner. He said the ring was irreplaceable, but this whole experience has been wonderful. It's a really happy ending. It goes to show there are still good people in this world, and doing the right thing is the right thing to do. Finally, a story that reminds us to take nothing for granted. An 8-year-old boy living in Canada has lived his whole life with a worsening and rare blindness, unable to see at night and with a shrinking visual field. He even found it difficult to see on cloudy days. Thankfully, a new procedure was discovered using gene replacement therapy. And now young Sam can see clouds on a cloudy day and much more. When asked about his newfound sight, Sam said, "I can see stars at night and airplanes in the sky at dark. It has been life-changing. I can't believe it." For us, it says science is an amazing thing. Go science, because science is what's good. That's the deal. This was the show, and that's what's good. Keep watching and spreading some positive in the world. The world needs miracles. And always keep creating great stories for yourself. You may just find yourself changing the world for the better. I'm Vivian, and that's what's good.
Hi, so she's a news reporter. So Tenny, would you ever like to be a news reporter like her?
No, I had to remember the script.
Hi, but what if I give you something to read from?
It would be easy, but the presentation.
Okay, and do you find it frightening to talk in front of cameras?
Okay, maybe at first, but I think I will get used to it by time I go.
I can't hear you, Jenny.
What? Okay.
Just repeat.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so what I think is that I might do at the first time, but I will get used to it by time.
Okay. So Jenny, what we are going to do is you are going to look at the table below and think of any big events that have happened recently. Okay. So a big news story, anything that happened at school or you heard about your town, your city, and then you have to give details about it. A sports event, the weather, and technology. Okay, so you're going to type in the boxes for us. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Okay, so you can start.
Okay, so even though I never even watched the news, but I will remember, I guess so.
Anything that you might have heard from someone that your mom or dad might have told you.
Well, okay, so I did remember my teacher says that there's a big flood in, Hanoi. Or I don't really remember clearly what's the name, but I did remember some of those name is from well, it's kind of like my place. Not this place, but like my grandparents' place and my uncle and my sibling. We got a big flood over there.
Okay, so you need to type in the details for me, just briefly.
Okay, so there are a big flood that just happened. Okay. Oh no. Happened to, well, there is also a big flood in America, but that was a long time ago. That was dangerous to that country because I don't remember clearly of the country or even the state of the country name, I guess. I guess so.
Just happened to Hanoi. Perfect, that's good. And then think about any sports event.
Well, okay, the news telling sport. The news telling sport. It's most common for basketball, but I don't even know. I don't know what the name is it like.
Any sport. It can be like swimming, it can be volleyball, basketball, badminton, anything. Any news. So basketball, yes. If there's a tournament happening.
Well, okay. I just think that as a sport. I don't watch sports. That is boring.
It's okay. But anything you might have heard about it, you can remember.
I never heard about it. I did remember my parents watched those. They were ballistic. Like they were screaming. I was sleeping.
Really? And who were playing? Did they mention it?
They never mentioned the name of the person who played it and where are they in the team, what team are they named. So I don't really know. I never get the chance to hear that.
So you can just start the details about the event. 2 teams played against each other and my parents supported them.
Okay, maybe the team kind of win, but not really. They did win 2 times and 1 time loses.
Okay, and tell me, did your parents' favorite team win?
Well, I don't know, but I did hear them scream a lot, so that's a yes.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. So you are making a good assumption there.
I just think so. I don't know.
No, you do. That's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to think creatively.
And yeah, parent. Okay, I don't know what the name to be. Support them. Okay. And the weather. Wow, the weather.
Okay, now about the weather. Any main event about the weather?
The weather.
Just think about what your parents helped you with.
They says that it's gonna rain without any information help. So I just gonna say rain.
So you can type that for us.
And the main reason why, well, detail about the event. This is not the new, but my mom tell me.
Huh? Your mom told you about it.
Yes. Okay.
Right? And then technology. Anything interesting that you might have heard, which someone might have mentioned about technology, anything that they might be bringing out or launching soon?
I don't know. Okay, so what? Okay. I never heard any people.
Any new earphones or any new gadget you can think of?
A gadget I can think of. A gadget, but I don't know. There is no technology in my brain. There's the past from the past, 2018, I guess, 2018. That's all I can have. A Nokia.
And tell me, a Nokia, and tell me, which phone would you like to have? So which phone would you really like to have?
A friend that I really want to have.
A phone. Like which phone? You want an iPhone? Do you want a Nokia? Do you want a Samsung?
I'm gonna choose Samsung.
Okay. And why?
I mean, like the Samsung app is kind of cool.
I like that. So type that for us.
Am I right?
Yeah. Samsung, yes. That's perfect. You're spelling it correctly. I'm very impressed with you because not a lot of people can actually spell that.
Okay, that's what I think, but not sure. But detail about the event and the detail why. Well, okay, maybe it's just about the ad. The ad is kind of cool. It's kind of like the movie.
I like that. That is kind. So kinda, how do we say kind of?
Kind of. Well, K, E, and D, and well.
O, F. Yeah.
Yes, but it's
Right.
not stick together in my opinion.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Well done, Jenny. That was good. Now, what is the best way to follow the news, especially for kids of your age? What would you say? What is the best way to follow the news for kids your age?
The best way to follow the news probably like, well, okay, maybe from my parent for short answer, or from my teacher.
Okay, and why would you say from your parents or your teacher?
Well, watching the news is boring. All I can see is people talk, and that's it. But I just don't know what tomorrow's gonna be like, or what just happened. All I just want is to hear people gossiping about and what my parents gonna say and what the rumor are spreading, like a peanut butter.
Okay, very smart of you. And tell me, I know you don't read the news and I know you don't watch the news. So do you like to know what things are happening in the world?
No, I don't know.
Why?
Because all I just go is go through the day and that's it. Just make it for the better.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you don't want to know what's happening in the world to educate you?
Okay, maybe about like how to survive this or that and how to do this and that. And what is this kind of my animal and how do people remembering their loved one in the past? Like, and how do they make a mummy? Or blah blah science fact.
I also want to know that. I also want to know.
I did watch those, and they did have a 3D animation and talking about this and that, and then the 3D animation talk about do you follow what the people says. It was disturbing.
I can imagine. But I also want to know how the mummies, how they made the mummies.
Okay.
So, yeah?
I can't say it, but there's a lot of blood and organ being separated.
Really? Very intriguing, very intriguing. I need to do some more research on that. Okay, so Tenny, can you read for us? Reading newspapers and watching the news. What are other people saying about it?
Our world is a busy place and many important things are happening all the time. Many students say that they don't have the time to read or watch the news. Maybe we should introduce a class about the news in schools. Some people say that the introduction of the news in school is necessary. Students are docents, but they need to know what is happening in the world. Many events can change the lives of students. Therefore, it is important that they have a chance to read and learn. and discuss what is happening. Another advantage is that students can learn many skills in this class. They will improve their readings, listening in vocabulary, and thinking skills. These are the skills that employer wants.
Employer?
Yeah. And other people say that a class about the news is unnecessary in school. One reason is that the news changes so much. As a result, the news events that students studied a week ago will become useless quickly. This is a waste of student time. Another problem is that the news story may be scary for young people. News about war can worry children and teenagers. Students have many things to do. They don't need any more stress. How is it stress?
Yeah, but it's still very important for them to understand what's going on in the world. So why do many students not read or watch the news based on what you read?
Well, based on this is wrong, and I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm gonna say what I think. So it is boring, and it's gonna waste the students' time.
Okay, very true. And why should students know what is happening in the world? So based on your opinion.
Well, they could watch the news, and the more they watch the news, the more the more the people say in the news. They would say about the weather, that's the main things, but they will say other stuff like the war and the murder cases.
And what are some skills that students can improve by studying the news? So what type of skills?
I mean, like they could be more prepared, and they could know more, and maybe they would know more about physics. I guess so.
Well, they definitely improve their reading skills and their listening skills and their vocabulary and also the way of thinking. What do you think?
Maybe like if they watch more of them, some of them, maybe some of their thinking could be more wiser.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then why is it a problem that news events change so often?
Because the more they change, the more the students have to follow. And by I mean like they are following, they have to know step by step, and they have to prepare in knowing the reason why. They also have to know what the country is like, even they have to remember it, so they don't have to be the dummies.
Yeah. And studying news articles about war may be a problem for students. Why do you think this?
Okay, from that to the story, they say it's gonna bring stress for the students, and knowing the reason why their country is being defeated and taking the part of their country away by other country, making them stress.
And do you think it will make them negative and depressed?
Not depressed. That's dramatic. But they will kind of worry about their countries, and next week they're gonna forget about it.
They're gonna forget about it, yeah. Do you think they will forget about it, or do you think they will still be hovering about it?
They will remember, but I think it was like, okay, they will get worried if their country gonna have a war next year, because that's what happened for some of the country.
Okay, that was really good. So Jenny, can you complete for us number 1 to number 5? Let me just zoom in a bit. There we go, the vocabulary words. So I'm going to give you, there we go. So you can type in your answers number 1 to 5.
Okay, so, sorry, my voice cracked. Ouch.
No, it's okay.
It was scary when I was stuck in an elevator. Scary is the main problem, because I get a panic attack. Well,
there we go.
It's usually between 12 and 18 years old. An adolescent.
Adolescent, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I say that wrong. Ouch. Adolescent. Okay.
Perfect. Number 3.
These days, it is too late how to use a computer. It is useless to learn how to use a computer. It's true, but it's just that sometime in the future you might need it a lot.
Read the next one.
The car broke down, so it was no.
Oh, it's
my
okay.
God. I'm a delete because no.
Okay. As long as you know your mistake, that's good.
Useless. The blah blah blah.
Because it is worthless. You can't do anything.
Yeah. So we're just standing there waiting for people help. That's that. The blah 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 of the internet of the world to the world was an amazing event. The introduction of the internet to the world, or like is the introduction? No, yeah, this introduction. Gotta make sure. Introduction. Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. You're doing great. The introduction of the internet to the world was an amazing event. Yes. Otherwise, me and you won't be able to have the session.
Yeah. And number 3 is, well, easy. Necessary, because that's the last one.
Yeah. How do you do your homework? How do you do any assignment without a computer?
It was sad going to high school and have to remember all of them when the teacher teaches us. And how to do a presentation to school to the stranger we don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that was really good. Well done, Jenny. Now, moving on to the next part. So once again, we are going to do the supporting and opinion, and we're going to do the refuting part. Okay, so I'm going to give you, you know what to do. I can even tell you what to do.
Sorry.
Okay, you've got this.
Okay.
And read very carefully.
It is good for students to study the news. Students who study the news have many things to talk about. Children and adults shouldn't study the news. The news is too difficult for students to understand. Because most stories are about bad things. This makes children sad. Well, okay. Well, this could be that. Because they know how about many things happen in the world. That's easy. Because they are too young to understand the world. I mean, like, sure, but for adults, that's fine. Because they can get good scores in school assignment. Sure, what the heck?
Are you sure with your answers?
No, I'm not sure with the first one.
I also think the first one you should rethink.
Maybe that one. I mean, I'm sure, but not really. Yeah. That one?
Yeah, let me just see. Yes, that is well done. There we go. Well done, Jenny. Now, can you do the refuting part?
Okay. So the refuting part, students can improve their vocabulary by studying the news. It is important for students to know what is happening in the news, in the world. Sorry. The news is too difficult for students to understand. Students shouldn't study news stories because they change so quickly. There are much better ways than studying the news to improve student vocabulary skill. That will be number 1. That doesn't matter. Students learn many important skills by using the news. Could be that one. Not really. Students need to focus on their studies to get good score. They don't need to know what is happening in places far away. I mean, like they are true but never see. And the final is D, but gonna make sure. Students shouldn't study news story because they change so quickly. This is not true. There are many simple news articles and teacher can explain them too. So I would say, I think so.
Jenny, you are so smart. I love this. Perfect. Now, moving on to the next part. Okay. So now we're going to look at the supporting opinion and the opposing opinion. But before you're going to underline for us the main idea, the supporting ideas and the examples, I want you to read for us the supporting opinion and the opposing opinion.
Students should study the news in school.
I can't hear you.
What?
Just unmute yourself.
Okay.
There we go.
Randomly got muted myself.
It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes when we press a button or something might have slipped or all good.
Okay. So students should study the news in school. One reason is that everybody, including young people, need to know what is happening in the world. Students who watch or read the news can understand our world. Another benefit is that students can learn many skills that will help them to be successful. When the teacher discusses the news with his or her class, the student can learn general knowledge. They also learn to think about what is right and what is wrong. Opposing opinion. It is not a good idea for students to study the news in school. First, students have so many subjects to learn. Adding one more subject does not help the students or docents. Need to get good scores in subjects like Korean, math, English, and science. The news is not important. Second, almost all the stories are about bad things. Young people don't need to know about horrible story. They are young and they should be happy. They are already sad from the start, except when they are baby.
Oh, Jenny, I was waiting for that. Okay, so Jenny, now I've zoomed in. You know what to do for each one, okay? Underline different colors, okay, for the main idea, then the supporting ideas and the examples, okay?
Okay, so the main reason is easy because I can see there's a dot. Yeah.
There we go.
So there's the opposing opinion. Main reason why is to know more is that there's always this one reason of first, and that is why. One reason is that everybody, including young people, need to know what's happening in the world. That's the main reason. Into opposing opinions, well, first, students have so many subjects to learn. Yeah, because I can see a dot at the line. A supporting opinion why is that students who watch or read. Oh no, this is in color. Okay, students who watch or read the news can understand our world. Okay, and opposing opinions adding one more subject does not help the students. A docent need to get good score in subject like reading, math, English, and science. Blah blah blah. Okay, even this one I forgot. The news is not important. Yeah, that's the supporting of the underlying opinion. Okay, and this one is the supporting opinions is another benefit is that students that can learn skills that will help them to be successful. Next to opposing opinion, the main reason why is second. Almost all the news stories are about bad things. That's the main reason. Supporting opinion is all of them did this and this. Yeah.
Jenny, look at that. What? You've done an amazing job. Okay, so now you can identify the main ideas with the supporting opinions and with the examples. Okay. Remember in the beginning it was a little bit hard, but now you can identify very easily. That was really good, Jenny. I'm very proud of you. Okay, so moving on to the next part. So I want to know, Jenny, do you think students have enough time to study the news in their free time?
All of the students that want to know more and the students who always question until they actually get the answer by Googling or just watching news.
Yeah, especially with having the access to the internet. And is it important to know what's happening in other countries apart from your own country?
Maybe, well, sometimes we could know more about history and stuff. Well, we all know about how to do history test and then end up with a 0 at the start. But okay, maybe not really. I did got a 9 at my history test, but today it was different. Man, it was hard.
Huh? Why was it hard?
I have to remember this and that. Because before this year, well, my teacher did give us like the homework of history, just a test, not an actual test. The actual test is gonna be, well, next week. That's that. So I did do that. That was prepared, and my teacher says, "Oh, we have to do this and that." And I remember all of the answer. Remember, it's all of the answer from top to bottom. And then when it's on history test, actual history test, I just remember all of them and write them down. Like I was cheating.
It's not cheating if you know it.
Okay, maybe true, but I still got a 9.
No, you remember it. And Jenny, should we believe everything that we see in the news? What do you think? Your opinion?
No. Sometimes it could be a scam, but 99% of the news are true. It's just that those 1%, one of those spies just catches our eyes and just making sign language. But at the reality, they are just making Christmas language. Like the heck?
What? I didn't know that.
It's not Christmas language. It's like gibberish.
Oh, yeah, like mumbo jumbo nonsense.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you think studying the news will be more fun than studying other school subjects? Your opinion?
Okay, maybe not studying the news will be more fun. If the teacher are like fun and goofy and make it entertain the class and be kind and sweet, sure, they will be the favorite teacher. But like the teacher who's like just like the others in the sense. But time for pop quiz, and we was like, what pop quiz? You
pop
get it?
Quiz? Oh.
I mean, like,
what?
It is true for the pop quiz to have the word pop because it's pop out of nowhere for the quiz.
Yes.
And besides, sometimes one of those teachers randomly says to us is, okay, class, pop quiz time. And we didn't prepare anything for those tests.
And then how does it make you feel?
Uncomfortable and just feel ashamed.
I know. So, Jenny, that was really good. So tell me, which one would you like to debate for homework? Number 1, number 2, or number 3?
Okay, maybe number 2. Sorry.
Students should only read newspaper articles during their news class. So you're going to do the supporting, right? And you're going to refute it. So, Jenny, did you have fun today?
Yeah.
You did great. And thank you for your innovative thoughts. It was really, really good, especially on this difficult subject or topic, I would say, on news. Jenny, have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, Jenny.
Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay.